Alrighty, Halfguard. So, last week we worked on a very simple and probably one of my all-time favorite Halfguard passes, that weave pass, right? So we wove our hand in, sprawled, and worked there, right? That's great. Not always gonna work though, right? A lot of people, if you try to start sprawling there, are gonna start pushing into you, start working up, gonna start making it really difficult on you, or try to start choking you. So you're not always gonna be able to, that's considered low passing. And my voice is jacked up. I coached 2 12-hour days of wrestling this weekend, so my voice is jacked, so quiet today. I'm here, boom, I go to weave pass, and just Austin makes that difficult, or he's got all sorts of gangle, and I'm not gonna be able to sprawl back far enough. There's just a variety of things you can run into. First thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna look to control this the bottom bicep here with my outside hand. My inside hand, I'm gonna look to come elbow in, and I need to clear that knee. As soon as I clear that knee, I need to do 2 things very quickly. I need to establish the top side underhook. I need to establish chest control. So I start looking here and here. My goal is to get him flat with my bottom knee and his hip inside here. So we're here, Austin's trying to maintain distance here. Boom, I'm gonna look to pin this arm or pin this wrist here. I'm going to clear here, and I have to find this underhook. Realize if I just come chest to chest with him here, he's just gonna backdoor and do unfriendly things to me. So I'm here, I elbow clear. As soon as my elbow hits my hip pocket, that's when I like to shoot my hand straight for that and start looking for that underhook here. Now, once we're here, I like to establish that shoulder pressure and lock hands here. All right. Now, once we get here, we're gonna have a variety of options to pass. First one we're just gonna do is a very simple peel and pass here. So my back leg is gonna come in. I'm gonna look to pin that foot to the ground. My foot's gonna come behind, pinning his ankle, and sit out and around. So we're here. Boom, we're hand fighting, boom. I clear. Shoot here. It'll flat. Get that shoulder grab. My ankle comes in, and I start using that to peel as I get here. This foot comes in. I use that to pin the ankle. Here, slide it. Keeping it just really simple there. Head that way. Time, and then we'll ask some questions. Boom. I get here. Shoulder pressure in, pin that leg down, pin, sit. Questions on that?
Is that knee shield fairly easy to pass with that when you're fighting for underhook?
Easy is relative.
Okay.
Some people are going to be dedicated to their knee shield, and that may not be the easiest of things to clear. A lot of people, when they're here, are trying to just kind of keep upward pressure, so they're just trying to create space. They're actually not worried about their knee going this way. They're more worried about it getting smashed. So a lot of people, what I like to do is I'll kind of push and go there, because a lot of people are more worried about getting smushed than they are it clearing out this way. And naturally, most people aren't good at driving their hips wide like that, kind of that good girl, bad girl motion we talk about all the time. They're not good at that bad girl motion, except for Cat. Yep. So yeah, you know, it may take a little bit, but for the most part, relatively easy to clear, especially sugar and spice it a little bit. You may have to disguise it, but it's not going to be the world's toughest clearance there.
Can I look at the detail on your elbow drive?
Yep. Big thing is when I'm here.
This is something I screw up on all the time.
Boom. I'm gonna look to put a heavy chest here, so that he's trying to drive that knee up. Boom. As I'm here, I'm driving this elbow back to my hip, and then up. Boom. So it's here.
So you kind of don't bother to go back until you're basically at hip level, and then push through. Okay.
Yes.
Tips on peeling. I get people to hook their legs. And
If they go to like a true, like I get here, and I go to start peeling and they truly lock down, we're gonna work something different as far as post, kind of a post option. This is if you can peel. If you can't, we're gonna have a knee slide option that we're gonna go to next. Make sense? Other questions, Jordan?
I guess what's the best route to getting that underhook? Because sometimes I'll pass that knee shield die and I'll kind of be trying to get my chest in, but I don't want to commit because I can't get the underhook because they're being real stubborn.
Yep, so boom, I get here. A lot of people are going to fight this underhook tooth and nail because they know what's coming, right? Big thing is going to be I want to get one head and chest pressure in as early as I can. So if I can get my head and my chest in the fight, it's going to make that a lot easier to get into. But if you're really having trouble with it, so like I clear here and I just can't, boom, you may have to really start engaging that other hand.
So you'll abandon that grip.
This wrist is nice to hold. You may need it, that hand though, to engage.
Okay. Did you just grab the other hand with your hand?
Yep.
That's what you did.
I'm here. Boom, I clear.
Oh, I see.
Because a lot of people are going to be pushing down and trying to come here, so I'll just go up.
What if you can't get it? Like, they're just so big and you can't go under. Is there an option?
Boom. No.
No.
Hand fight. All right. Other questions? All right. 1, 2, 3. So I'm here with Mr. Steers. Good things are happening. I clear. I get my underhook. I go to start passing and trying to start getting this leg out, but Austin's smart and he's going to lock down. He's not going to try to half butterfly guard me there because that would be an awful idea. Boom. So you're here, you try to get that knee out, you're trying to peel, and it's just not working. All right, so what options do we have? A couple. First one we're going to work is just a tripod sit through. So I'm here. This one you have to start controlling this arm. Couple good options if you're pajama free. You can go hand to the bicep or you can go hand to the wrist. If either way, all I'm looking to do is clear as much of this space as I can. Once we're there, I'm gonna look to tripod, but I'm gonna stab him with my unicorn horn right in the throat. Here, here. All right, as we're using this chin pressure, our goal is to start walking that foot up so that our knee comes out. The second your knee comes out, you want to sit. That is the goal. So we get here, I get them flat, I'm just trying to work, the peel's not working. Here, I start hand fighting, here. Boom. I'm gonna keep a good pressure here and here. Boom. Here, walk feet up, as soon as that knee comes out, sit that through. You can either come to traditional side or scissor side. I don't care which of those, it's more of a preference than what is technically right. The big thing with this one is your control points. Having a good wide stance when you pop up into that tripod, having that underhook secured, that hand posted, forehead in the neck. Questions on that?
What if they get your ankle with it on that lockdown?
So we're here, here, and he starts to catch here.
Yeah.
Boom. Once you feel that ankle catch, add pressure in. You can use that other foot to clear with. But the difference is if your foot's getting caught in, you're not sitting aggressively enough. When I'm sitting through there, he should let go or shit should hurt. That's his two options in this world. So like if I'm here and Steers flips here, right? Boom, boom, I get here, I post, I start walking my knee up. When I go to sit here, if he can hold on to something, I didn't sit aggressively enough. Like when I go here and Steers really bites down, here, sit.
How far up can you want your hips?
That pinch of fuck you is very important there. Hips, as far as where I want my hips, if my calf doesn't cramp here in just a second, I will absolutely tell you. Okay, there we go, we're good. So, boom. My goal is not to sit out and away from him. My goal is to sit my knee up his body. So your ideal line is here, not away. Does that make sense? Gordon?
What's the best way to, you said secure the underhook, but when you're doing that motion, it feels like, I mean, I could be wrong, but on bottom, it feels like I could fight to get my arm back in really easily.
If you do, you're going to disengage your legs. Because to fight that underhook, you're going to have to disengage the legs for the most part. So when I get here and here, I'm going to really monkey hook paw this, or I will even reach kind of behind the neck to really secure that. So as I start to come up here, if he starts fighting that underhook.
So you are holding on to the...
Yeah, you monkey paw. Yeah, you can post out if you need the spacing. But for me, I try to monkey paw the back of your neck.
Yeah.
Just because it gives me that. Jiu-jitsu should hurt a little. I'm trying to use that pull in my forehead. You should politely be asking me to pass it by the time I really go to sit. You shouldn't be wanting to hold on to my ankles. Other questions on this, Cadillac?
Can you freeze detail when you're in tripod?
Yep.
And right when you're doing knee slice on the inside, can I see where your tripod's at on that?
Boom, here, 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 boom. I'm posted up here as we're there. Yeah.
Straight down so your hip falls right into that.
Yeah, my hip we should fall almost hip to hip. Like when I'm here, my knee should be coming hip to hip to my knee.
You adjust twice on your step on the outside.
Depending on where their hips are at.
As you slide. Your second step is when you slide. Okay,
Yeah, because I'll be posting here, here. So should be just that little bit of violence.
Your shoulder, you're not releasing any shoulder pressure until your hip is right water.
Till I'm cleared and 99% and passed. Realize this is a hard pressure, fast pass. That little bit of aggressive is what this pass needs to work. If you're kind of lightly putting your forehead in there and slowly sitting out, don't waste your time or mine. You're just not going to get it. It's just not going to work out. All right. 1, 2, 3. Steers. Good things are happening. Boom. I clear. Boom. I get here. Right. So boom. I start to work my tripod up. But for whatever reason, let's say I'm just not confident to sit to this side. My knee's bad. I'm ugly like Jordan. I don't know. Things happen, right? So instead of sitting that way, all we're going to do is drive that knee to the far side. Taking that 3/4 mount. As soon as we're there, all I'm going to do, drive that underhook up and use that to walk my hips high. That'll escape your feet. You should land in high mount and be able to flick your opponent right in the nose. So we're here. Boom, I'm working. Boom, I get here. I start, clearing. Here, I start clearing. Bah. As soon as I'm there, all I do is go double underhooks, and I use my hands clasped at the top of his head to pull my hips forward. That's going to give you that high mount position, which means you can tickle his armpits, and it's not illegal. Remember, there is not a rule set I'm aware of currently in jiu-jitsu where tickling is illegal. Highly frowned upon, but never been illegal.
I'm tapping, man. I'm out.
Yeah, see? Winning's winning. Questions on this one. Same setup, you're just driving that knee to the far side, scooting up into that high mount. Again, any questions? Like I said, it's pretty simple once you guys have figured out this part of the technique. I'm here with Mr. Steers. Boom, I clear that knee. Boom, I post that head. I start working here. I start working that knee out. Instead of trying to drive here, I drive across. Boom, underhook both hands. Like I said, I like to just grab my hands here and use that to pull myself up, because it'll give you good elbow positioning for this high mount. You can sit to S, or you can just start doing unfriendly things to people's arms and hands. It's really nice. You can sit here. All right. 1, 2, 3. Less than 6 months experience. Keep working on the last 2. If you're over that point, you get to try the one of like 3 fancy techniques I show consistently. So boom, I'm here. I clear this knee. Now let's say Austin doesn't suck at jiu-jitsu and he's really blocking my underhook and it's just not working, right? I just can't get here. I can get it cleared, but I just can't get here, right? Boom, I'm here. All I'm gonna do is widen out my stance, just that little bit. As soon as I do that, my top hand that was digging for that underhook is gonna reach to wave to somebody right behind me. As I do that, I'm going to swing my leg through here, and I'm gonna look to find his back. As we get here, you take the back, because don't resist or I will just take her back. Just easy. So I'm here, Mr. Steers comes in, boom, I clear that, and I can't seem to get where I want to be. So I take just the widest stance my hip flexibility will allow. My head, neck, shoulders, and arm all come through the middle. The way to channel. I swing my leg through. As I do that, I have to start looking for this back and hip. Here, I swing my leg down and look to follow the back. Chokes as needed after that. Questions on this one, there should be a couple.
So there should be constant contact with one of your legs and his body, right?
Yes, that hooked leg, so when I start this, that hooked leg stays tight the entire time. This leg should stay pretty well bit down, because I need this to swing the momentum through. So this leg stays tight that entire time. And you talk, go to sleep, go to sleep.
You're not counting on the hip thrust the whole time. You're kind of doing the escape at the end to get around the body.
Little bit of that, they should, if you swing that leg through properly, it should help you land behind them. You may have to scoot your hips around as you first start doing it, but when you do it right, even with a little bit of resistance, you should start landing behind them.
When you land behind them, you're trying to secure seatbelt before you even think about the outside hook.
Yes, I'm always going to seatbelt before the outside leg. Reason being, I can always find the outside leg later. Finding that seatbelt as a secondary is going to be a lot harder. So if I'm here, boom, here, I swing through, and I start worrying about this, he's going to start turning his chest, like immediately start turning his chest into me. So you always want to go seatbelt first, start threatening with that, then find the back. Unless it's 10 seconds left, I need 4 points, always secure the back first. Other questions?
Where are you grabbing? Hip?
Swinging that hip through. Other questions? One more time for fun. I'm here with Mr. Steers. I clear that knee. I go wide. Swing him through. Take that back. Like I said, I'm instantly looking for this backpack. Because even if he starts hand fighting here and doing all that, you can immediately find that hook. That hook's not hard to find once you have a seatbelt. The seatbelt is a lot harder to find after the fact. Then you start choking on it. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3.